Housing is one of the most pressing issues facing our region today. In Burnaby and in cities right across Canada, too many people have a hard time finding the home they need and the home they can afford. For cities like Burnaby to be healthy, vibrant, and truly inclusive, there is a feeling that something needs to change.
Housing is an important issue for me because as a young person, I find that a lot of my peers and I are finding it very hard to stay in the city. We feel like we're being priced out. There's not good options for us, so it's difficult to find a place to live here.
If I even look back to myself, 10, 15 years ago, I don't know how I would have possibly have afforded to live in the city.
In February 2019, Mayor Mike Hurley convened the Mayor's Task Force on Community Housing, launching a conversation unique in our city's history.
When I walk about the city, I generally hear from people that they love the city, but I also heard in the last few years that it has been a bit of a problem in finding an affordable place to live. And as a council, we knew that we needed to address that issue and do something.
The premise was simple: bring people together from all walks of life.
It's really good to just see all these people with different perspectives and that are all passionate about making Burnaby a more affordable place to live.
It's a complex challenge, and there are no simple answers. But residents came forward in unprecedented numbers in what has become the largest public engagement process in the city of Burnaby's history. The task force brought together a broad cross-section of people including housing activists, developers, business leaders, and average citizens. At the same time, residents were also engaged in the Your Voice, Your Home engagement process, providing their ideas, priorities for trade-offs, and solutions. At every step of the process, resident input was at the forefront. There were two distinct phases. The first, generating ideas, included an ideas survey, community ideas workshop, and stakeholder interviews. More than 1,400 residents took the ideas survey and shared more than 500 ideas. The ideas workshop added even more, and stakeholder interviews provided an important link, reaching out to people with very low incomes and youth, people whose voices are too often not heard. The final step in Phase 1 was the interim report to City Council, which included 10 recommended quick starts. These quick starts kicked off the second phase, which engaged residents and the task force in the challenging work of balancing the trade-offs necessary to find solutions. This phase began with a quick start survey, and on May 25th, more than 100 residents representing all walks of Burnaby life gathered at Maywood Elementary to spend a whole day talking, sharing, and creating recommendations to the task force. In July, the task force presented its final report to City Council, capturing the input from residents and the task force itself, charting the way forward.
I'm very optimistic for the future that this will work out.
Well, I see a lot of things that have come up that I thought were not considered, so that makes me hopeful.
I'm very hopeful about the outcome of this task force, and seeing here all the willing community participants that are willing to come out on a Saturday and take time out of their daily routine because they think it's just such an important issue.
Of course, the work is far from over. The next step is for the city to begin introducing the new approaches, policies, and initiatives in the coming months that turn the task force recommendations into action. Change won't happen overnight, but residents have made clear there's an urgent need to move as quickly as possible.
We're going to do everything we can to make this a great and welcoming city where we all have a place to live. If anything, this whole process has taught me that people care deeply about this. We can get this done.